Hello, my dear friends. So we are here live in BITSAT Prime Time with Masterclass Space. And in this session, I'm going to talk about BITSAT physics strategies. So, my dear friends, it's sixth year of launching BITSAT test series by Masterclass Space. And we thought, why not we help students daily at 9 p.m. to solve them to solve their doubts and to guide them personally. It's a way to reach out to them. This is something which I am feeling, and hope you will take best of the best benefit of these sessions. So, my dear friends, here we go for BitSet strategies. So I have made very useful presentation for you. That's going to be very much helpful when you study physics for BitSet. So I'm going to share my screen and let's go one by one over the screen, and I'll be sharing my experiences along with the strategies. So here we go, my dear friends. So you can see this screen, my dear friends. Made this exclusively for you. Okay. BitSat Physics 2026. What actually matters? Okay. So, my dear friends, I believe many of you are preparing for JEE mains, but despite of that, it is very important that simultaneously we also start preparing for BitSat. And once your JEE is going to be over, I'm sure that many of you are going to jump on BitSat preparation. So let's get started. What actually matters? The reality of BitSat physics, as per our experience, is, my dear friends, 70% of the questions you are going to get from class 12th. That's in fact good because that's something which is fresh in your mind at this moment. 30 questions are asked in BitSat physics, and it is a test of speed and accuracy. That's very important. Don't go much into deeper level. So what actually matters is that you read the question, you get which concept is going to be applied, apply the relevant formula, and arrive at the answer as quickly as possible. Don't go for deep level of derivations, my dear friend. No one is going to ask deep level of derivations, so you don't have to practice deep level of derivations. Concept and concept clarity has to be there, and you need to apply relevant formula for that one. So going ahead, what's the big insight? The top four topics which I'm going to share, they are going to cover 70% of the paper. I'm talking about specifically for physics, right? Top four topics which I'm going to cover, it is 70% of the paper. So, what's the high weightage topic? My dear friends, one topic, basically, this is one topic, but it has several subtopics. Mechanics is there. It has several subtopics: Newton's law, work, power, energy, rotation dynamics, and a lot of topics are there in grade 11. Those topics, they make 8 to 12 questions of BitSat physics. Hopefully you are able to revise mechanics quite well before your BitSat. That's one of the major topics. And other major topic is electrostatics plus current electricity. As per our experience from last 5 years, this is going to be sixth year of launching our test series. uh, Around 5 to 8 questions are asked from these two topics if you combine it. Now you must be wondering, sir, how do you know 5 to 8 questions come? Guys, we after your exam is over, what we do, we ask our students to write the memory based questions, and that's how we get to know the pattern of the exam. We we don't go and give exam BITSAT doesn't release any test paper after the exam. So how do we get to know? It's all memory based. So this is something. It's not just going to be one student. We tell so many students to come to us after the exam and write memory based questions. So these are two high weightage topics: mechanics and electrostats plus electricity. So 5 to 8 questions. I am talking about 5 to 8 means 5 to 8 questions. Approximately these many questions are going to be there. Moderate to high weightage topics, they are going to be magnetism, EMI, AC, 5 to 7 questions. Optics, it consists of both ray optics and wave optics, 3 to 6 questions. Modern physics, many students they don't revise this topic well, but please don't leave this topic because it also carries around 3 to 6 questions. Then moderate to low, it's going to be 3 topics, that's thermodynamics, waves and units and errors. So thermodynamics, 2 to 4 questions, waves, 2 to 3 questions, and units and errors. In case you do not have time, guys, I would suggest please don't give much time to revise units and dimension. And basically, I'm writing units and error, but units and dimension in some of the books it is given like this. This topic is named as units and dimension. So I would I would prefer that you please focus on the high weightage topic first, then go for the moderate to high, then go for moderate to low topics. Okay, hopefully it is clear, my dear friends. So, my dear friends, what are the common mistakes people are doing? Don't treat it like JEE mains. Treating BITSAT like JEE mains, it's the biggest mistake which many and many students are doing. What actually happens in JEE mains, you need to take 75 questions in 3 hours. But what actually happens in BITSAT, you have to take 130 questions in 3 hours. That means you need to take care of speed along with accuracy. You don't need to go at much deeper level as you go for JEE mains problems, but take care of the speed, my dear friends. What actually happens in JEE mains, you actually go for deeper level of questions, but as I already talked in the first slide, concept clarity matters, then applying the relevant formula matters. So don't treat it like JEE mains. It's the biggest issue. You have to prepare for BITSAT separately. And how to prepare for BITSAT, that we are going to talk about very soon. Second common mistake is students ignore weightage. They are not aware of which topic carries what weightage. So just now I talked about high weightage, moderate and low weightage, topics. So guys, take care of those topics which are carrying high weightage. Revise them first, and don't waste time in revising something which has no weightage. I'm not saying ignore them completely, but priority must be given to high weightage, then moderate, then low weightage. In case you do not have time and it is like time crunch, I would say better revise mechanics than units and dimension. How toppers prepare, my dear friends? Since last 5 years, Masterclass Space has been preparing students to get the best of the best score. We have produced toppers in all 3 campuses right now. Our first batch of students, they have already graduated, and it feels so good to know their placement offers. And we have given the best of the best students to all 3 campuses. So what do they do as per our experience? What we recommend them, please and please daily revise formulas. That's very important because many of the questions are direct formula based. PYQ pattern focus. These are the questions which have come in previous year questions. On those patterns you have to practice. Mixed topic timed practice. Mixed topic timed practice means you are practicing several topics, not just one topic. Timed practice, that can happen if you practice through mock test series, my dear friends. So taking mock test series is one of the most important thing when you're preparing for BITSAT. That is something which distinguishes you from JEE Mains. And after JEE Mains, in order to build the temperament, you must focus on mock test series. My dear friends, the final study which I want to give you is, first thing what you need to do, finish high weightage topics. So what you should do, you must go and revise high weightage topics first. You can do high weightage and moderate weightage, that you can do, and then you take mock tests. Masterclass is prepared tests based on the experience. I am a BITS Panani graduated in 2012, and based on my experience, based on our team, which comes from BITS Panani and IITs, we have prepared these mock tests. You can take the test. Once you take the test, analyze the performance of test. Analysis is very, very important. Our analysis gives very exhaustive way of your preparation. That means which questions you are doing wrong, how much time you are spending on each question, what score topper is getting. So the analysis of Masterclass Space test series is very exhaustive. Please analyze after taking mock test. Then what you should do, once you revise, then go for the weaker topics. Revise the weaker topics. Once you analyze, go for the topics where you are doing mistakes, you are not able to attempt, or even try to practice those questions from your study material which you must have got in your school or in any institute. Those topics where you are putting more time. So revise those topics, practice those topics. Then once this is done, repeat the cycle. Repeat the cycle means again take the mock test, again analyze, then revise the weaker topic. That's how your weaker topics will strengthen. So what I mean to say, with time, you will see that you are doing less and less mistakes, and you are improving, your score is improving. And I'm not just saying that finish high weightage topic, that's for the first mock test. After that, from second or third and fourth onwards, you must study no weightage topics also. So cover whole syllabus, do not leave any topic. It's just that I said, if you have less time, better focus on high weightage topic, not on the low weightage topic. I am not at all saying that leave no weightage topic at all. In BITSAT, you must cover whole topic, must prepare on the chapters and on the topics well. Sometimes it happens in JEE, we need some topics which we are not well prepared, and it's okay to do that. But in BITSAT, you cannot afford to do that, because 130 questions come, and sometimes you can get easy questions, direct formula based questions. You don't need to go in much depth. So why leave those topics which you feel that okay, I can leave it and move on? Every mark counts, my dear friend. So please do not do this. Hopefully this final study is going to be quite helpful. Mock test, analysis, revise weaker topics, then again repeat. Hopefully you are getting in, my dear friends. Final slide. As per the experience, I, along with my team, has made BITSAT physics questions of Masterclass Space. If you follow what I'm saying, I can guarantee you are going to be ahead of 90% of the students. That's my guarantee. Believe what I'm saying, because this is going to be 6th year of launching our BITSAT test series and also crash course. We are doing crash course for English and logical reasoning. You can enroll for that crash course also. My dear friend, be consistent, because consistency plus smart execution gives you the best result. So hopefully you have got the best of the best study for studying BITSAT physics. Now, what I'm going to do, from next week onwards, I will be taking one topic. Each week, we are going to take one topic. On Tuesday, I'm going to take physics sessions. You can put your comments, you can put your queries. I'm going to take those questions in my sessions. And we will be taking some of the difficult concepts, some of the important concepts in our physics live session. So keep watching BITSAT Prime Time with Masterclass Space every day at 9 p.m. Thank you so much for